Hello and welcome to this jazz guitar lesson. I'm Chris Whiteman and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to look at an exercise to practice our 2-5-1s in all 12 keys, and I'm calling this the 2-5-1 shell voicing workout. The 2-5-1 is one of the most common progressions that we find in jazz standards, and it's something that we really need to have mastery of if we're serious about playing this music. The goal is to have these 2-5-1s reflex so that we don't have to think about them. So if somebody says 2-5-1 in the key of B flat major, I immediately know that's C minor 7, F7, B flat major 7. Because when we're playing, there's not much time to process this information, so it really needs to be reflexed. So in this exercise, we're going to be using shell voicings to play the 2-5-1s. Shell voicings are 7th chords that have the 5th omitted, so they're going to be root, 3rd, and 7th. And after we play each 2-5-1, we're going to move the whole progression up a 4th, and we're going to continue that through all 12 keys. All of the 2 chords are going to be minor 7 voicings, the 5 chords are going to be dominant 7 voicings, and the 1 chords are going to be major 7 voicings. So we're going to start in the key of C major for our first 2-5-1. So the way I think about 2-5-1s is that the 2 and the 5 are like a delivery system to the 1. So the 5, it creates a cadence, right? 5-1. And the 2 moves you to the 5. And so whenever I'm thinking about this, it starts with the 1 chord for me, right? So if I'm in the key of C major, C is my 1 chord. I'm using a major 7 voicing, right? So I have a C, a B, and an E, a root, a 7th, and a 3rd. So to find the 2 and the 5, I have to know that the 2, 5, 1, those numbers correlate to the scale degrees, right? So if I want to find the 2, I have to go to the 2nd degree of the C scale, which is D. So I go up to the 2nd degree and I build a minor 7 voicing, right? I have D, C, and F, right? So that's the root, the flat 7, and the flat 3rd for a D minor 7 shell voicing. And then to find my 5, I have to go up to the 5th degree of the scale. So C, D, E, F, G. That takes me to G, which lays right here on the 10th fret, 5th string. And I make my G7 shell voicing, right? I have G, B, and F. So root, a 3rd, and a flat 7. And then my 1 chord is the tonal center. It's the 1st degree of the scale. In this case, we're in the key of C, so it's C major 7. And we talked about that just a moment ago, C, B, and E. All right, so that's the first 2-5-1 in this exercise. Now we want to take that whole progression and move it up a 4th. So if the first 2-5 took me to C, the second 2-5 has to take me to a 4th above C, right? So I go up the scale, 4 degrees, and it takes me to F. So F is going to be the next tonal center, right? So F major 7 is going to be my voicing, and I have to find the 2 and the 5, right? So F is 1, 2nd degree of the F scale is G, so I make a G minor 7, G, B flat, and F. It's my root, my flat 3rd, and my flat 7. And then I want to find the 5 chord in the key of F, so I count up F, G, A, B flat, C. Takes me to C, and our 5 chords we're using dominant 7th shell voicing, so I make a dominant 7th shell voicing. I have C, B flat, E, that's root, flat 7th, 3rd, and then the 5 is going to move to the 1, F major 7. I have F, A, and E, root, 3rd, and 7th. And that pattern is going to continue. Okay, so that's probably enough talking. So let's try this exercise. I'm going to pull up a backing track so that we have bass and drums, and we're going to go through the 2-5-1s in all 12 keys, moving through the cycle of 4ths. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. I also have a Patreon page where the supplemental information, the PDF, backing tracks for this lesson are available. For a monthly membership, you get access to all of my previous lessons. There's a couple of years of lessons up there now. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.